What's going on, family? What's going on? Black Phoenix checking in with you this morning. I wanted to talk to y'all about something, man, that's been on my mind. Was talking about a few things this morning, dealing with kids and dealing with just growing up and getting older. Us getting our wheels together. Making better decisions and making decisions for our future and for our grandkids and their kids. And she asked me a question one day because she honestly didn't understand. And she asked me something. She said, she was like, Joe, I noticed that when you relate to certain things, you relate back to when you was in prison. You'll say, yeah, when I was in prison, this and that. And she asked me, why did I do that? And I sat there and I looked at her and I said, you know what? I was in a situation where I made some good memories in a bad situation. So I was making good memories, but I was in a bad situation. Being 16 years old from 26, you can't do that type of time without it affecting you in some type of way. Truth be told, it affected me in many different positive ways, but it has affected me in ways that I wasn't fully aware of, fully of conscious of. But it's just like a soldier going out to war. They can get affected for being in war for that year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. And you put someone in a situation for 10 years and you release them into society and say, okay, be free, be productive. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin who had a best friend that just got released from prison a while back. I think about a month or so ago. And I can't remember the number, but he did more than 10. And they say he got off the bus and he ran off. He never went to see his parole officer, check in, and done the first week. And they was wondering, like, man, you do all that time, why you do that? You know what I mean? And to me personally, I don't fully understand why he ran off, but I do know that, maybe he thought it was unreal, you know what I mean? That he was actually free. And, now, I guess everything going good, they actually working together, I think, at the moment. But, you know, time affects everybody differently. And you don't know how it affects you until you start living and being in relationships and growing. And one thing that I would say as a man, not just as a black man, but as a man, period, I figure once any man do over 5 years in prison and you get out and being in relationships, I feel like we be real naive. We believe, we try our best to provide whatever we can to the person, and we feel like, okay, this person might be this way, but if I love them long enough or strong enough, or I dedicate so much of this, or I show them who I am, maybe I can change this person. And that is our number one mistake. We can't change anyone as men, as women. We can't change anyone. And especially coming out of prison, we realize that we can't force anyone to change. We can't say, like, oh, if I do this and do this, you should change. Or then we get bitter that they don't change. And now we caught up in this situation. So now you mix lust with love, and it's like a whirlwind, you know what I mean? And coming out of prison, our mentalities are a lot different. I mean, we don't think like the average person that's in society that's never being locked up. You got to think, if you've been in a cage for 5 years or more for any time, everybody, it affect everybody different. But I'm gonna say a long period of time. That means your mind was trained to think for your mind was trained to think for a half a decade on a certain subject, or do a certain thing that you're not going to be the same. It isn't, it isn't possible. Now, prison changed me in good ways, but I can also see how prison changed me in bad ways. I can see how prison affected me in ways in my life now where I'm still working with. Um, I'm still working on personal flaws within myself that was created in prison, for survival. Like certain things that was created in survival is like, for instance, um, when it comes to sympathy, um, I don't have like, I think sympathy and empathy was removed from me being in a joint because I had to survive, and that was a sign of weakness, as far as like, not because people can put you in situations and trap you in situations just to so they can win and benefit on your demise. So you have to be wise enough to see situations like that. So to me, having empathy and sympathy, was kind of, a great form of weakness, and a form of like a snare. It was like a trap that you can get yourself caught up in. So I didn't want to get caught up in all that. So I kind of lost that. But being with my wife now, I mean, she got a lot of sympathy and empathy. So it helps me with in my situation where, everything is just like, make it happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't really, I know things get hard because we face hard times, but in my personal opinion, I feel like no matter what, how hard the situation is, I can overcome it. I can survive it. I can get through it. It's just, I know it's just going to be hard at this point. But as far as me like having sympathy and empathy because so and so went through this, I'm like, hey, get up. I had to get up. You know what I mean? So it affected me in different ways, but I can say that I made some good memories in a bad place, and it's just ironic, like, just the irony of that, to say that, you was in prison and you created some good memories. Like I met some good people who actually helped me grow as a man and find who I was as a black man, and find who I was as my identity, and where I wanted to go, and what I wanted to do, and who I wanted to be, and what I wanted to accomplish. Like I learned those things in there, my skills. I went to Votech while I was in prison. I went to Votech for 14 months for combination of welding, and got certified in welding before I got out. And then I went to um, construction and maintenance, and did welding the whole time I was in there. So I was able to sharpen up my skills and steady practice and get more and more. So it's like I had a job. As soon as I got there, I started working for the prison using my skills. So it ain't like I just got it and then I went back to um, washing dishes in the kitchen or whatever. Because some people did now, don't get me wrong. But I was blessed to get in the environment. And I'm going to be real with you. Now that I think about it, it was a warden named Warden Tony. He's dead now. Um, he was just so happened on the committee and on the board when I was at Pine Bluff unit, when I got finished with my VOTEC to become a combination of welding. I was the only black person that did welding, so I was kind of rare. And he came, he was on the panel, and I got in front of the people, and he was the only black guy on the panel. Well, I think it was one more person that was black. I take that back. I think it was one more person. I can't remember who it was. Maybe a major or captain or something. And he said, "Oh, so you finished well?" I said, "Yes, sir. This and this." He said, "So, what you want to do?" I said, "Well, really, I like to do something with my skills." He was like, "Okay." He looked at the maintenance guy. He was like, "Can you use some welding?" He was like, "Well, we don't do a lot of welding." He was like, "Okay, but you do some." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, you going to welding?" Like he didn't mind. He didn't care what dude said. He's like, on maintenance, and they put me on there, and I remember running a bead for the dude in maintenance. Boy, he was surprised. He said, "Man, you really learned something in there." Like, because they had a machine that they thought didn't work. They said, "Can you make this welding machine work?" I don't think it's no good. Man, I tweaked it on and cut the gas on. It was some stainless. Man, I had that bead looking so pretty. Man, dude was impressed, and that's how I got into it. So it was the warden who seen it in me. He said, "Oh man, it's a young black male." They see my jacket. He looking like, man, this dude came in here at 16. He got his GED. He's got welding now. He need to get some practice. He finna go home. We gonna put him in this, regardless of this white dude saying, "Well, he ain't no electrician. He don't know plumbing. He don't know this." And I didn't. I didn't know. Normally in maintenance, you got a wide variety of things that you know to be on maintenance. All I knew was welding. I knew how to read a tape measure. I knew how to install, but as far as like piping, I'm a pipe welder, but I didn't know about, putting in pipe and doing all the other stuff that's, associated to carpentry and things of that nature. I didn't really know. So that warden put me in that situation, man, and I thank God for dude, man. Like, and check this out. I had a friend of mine who actually worked for that warden, and he was black, and he went to the welding academy too. And he was work for him. He used to go to his house and kick it with him, and you know what I'm saying. And He used to tell me some stories that I thought was funny, but both of us finished welding. We was actually in the class together. So, it was just some good memories, man, that I formed, even though I was in that cage, even though I was in that cell for that time, I was able to form some good memories in a bad situation. And once you get out, we tend to think that everything changed. You can't use those rules no more. And yes, a lot of the things do change, but a lot of those basic tools and essentials you still use, like out here, regardless of us being on quarantine and going through bad situations right now, like we still can make some good memories. We still can do some things that can take us to that next level once this quarantine situation starts. You see what I'm saying? So we just have to be aware of that. Hold on for a second. Wife leaving. But yeah, I just feel like, regardless of the situation we in, we still can make something good out of it, man. We still can learn, we still can grow, we still can educate ourselves, we still can take ourselves to a new level. We just have to um just be willing to suffer a little bit. I think like some people are not willing to suffer. They're not willing to go through nothing. You know what I mean? Like soon as times get a little hard, they gonna throw in the towel. Oh man, I can't take this no more, man. It's too stressful. You know what I mean? But I really honestly think like we're gonna have to go through something, man. And this pandemic that we're going through right now is kind of testing us. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I'm not a follower. You know what I mean? I'm a leader. And I believe I'm a leader in all aspects. You know what I mean? I've been watching what's going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm watching what's going on. I'm being cautious, but I'm not around anyone personally that to me that if I was around someone that got it, I have a mask on, but I don't wear them unless if I feel like I'm in a situation where I might get sick. I'm around a lot of people. Then I'm like, yeah, I might need to protect myself, but I'm kind of like I do a lot of field work, so I'm not really around a lot of people anyway. So for me just to take a picture with a mask or spend my money on a mask or go buy extra, I didn't do none of that, by the way. And to be honest with you, when the situation hit, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I didn't go buy extra soap. I didn't go buy extra tissue. I didn't go buy extra hand sanitizer. I didn't do none of that. All I did was the normal stuff. Now my wife, she went and got a couple things. She said, well, maybe we should just get a couple of things of hand sanitizer just to have some. Put one in your car. So I got some in my. I got some. Look, check this out. I got this in here. There goes some real masks. I got some wipes. I got some hand sanitizer. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that my wife gave me. She like, yeah, I just want you to just in case. If you out and you need to make sure you got what you need. She make sure I'm good, but I don't use it unless I need it. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like I need it right now. You know what I mean? I wash my hands and keep my stuff clean anyway, because I'm out here working and staying dirty. You know what I mean? There's certain stuff that I do, but I'm not doing the extra. So I think about you got those who are running out, going and spending on broke because you're ready than what they need, and 9 times out of 10, the food might go spoiled before you get a chance to eat it. Now you just spent the money, and now you need that's actually going and pawn stuff. People are punning things, selling things that they shouldn't sell, but they spent a lot of their money, running out here getting things, being greedy. I would say buying too many things that they really didn't need, and now they had to sell things or trying to sell things now or pawn things so that way they can pay bills. I don't believe in just going by the norm personally. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to share that situation as far as making some good um some good memories in a bad situation, because regardless of what we're going through right now, I feel like we all should be making some good memories, even with family or with your kids or around the house or with yourself personally. You say you want to read more, you want to work on your anger, you want to work on you want to work on this or whatever, your passiveness, you know what I mean? You want to work on your personal skills. I just think like this is the time, a time in prison that I should live like I'm going to die tomorrow, but I should learn like I'm going to live forever. You get that? You want to learn like you're going to live forever, and you want to live like you're going to die tomorrow. So that way, you'll be able to really take advantage of life. You'll be ready to enjoy life and take advantage of life and see what's really important or not. You know, but that time, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Prison, prison affected me in a lot of ways that I really wasn't aware of until I actually got out here in the desert. Um, it makes me think of Moses. When Moses went in the wilderness, you know, he was running. He had got the crime. So he was going to the wilderness to get away, and he didn't know that God had that type of purpose for him. He didn't know that he had to use that isolation because he had to be isolated to find himself. And I feel like, this isolation, this quarantine is what's going to help certain of us find ourselves, find our purpose. We got to get isolated sometime and face who we are. We all got skeletons in the closet. We all got demons we need to face and need to, uh, get out our lives and things we need to do, that we've been wanting to do. You know what I mean? So, I just feel like, it's time just to utilize the time, man, and to, regardless of what the situation is, make the best out of it. So now, I'm working on that. I actually told my wife, once I move and we finally get situated, what I mean, I'm gonna be working more and more on the things that happen to me, the things that happen to me mentally and how I'm working on myself, from prison standpoint, from counseling and whatever need to be done. And I feel like as black men, we go through a lot, and we should most definitely be open and willing to talk to people about whatever. Talk to not anybody, but talk to the right people about what we went through, how we feeling, how we thinking, because our mental health, it affects our physical health and also our financial health. So think of that, man. Just keep that in mind, and your financial health. So you want to be right up here, man. So that way we can really get a bag and get some money and enjoy life and visit. Because I'm gonna tell you what, man. Now that I'm older, you know what really like thrills me? Traveling, seeing people, going places, seeing places, like seeing different atmospheres, of visiting different countries, eating different foods, seeing my grandkids and my grandbabies, building things. Like I like to create things, not only just to sell them, you know what I mean. Even though I'm trying to make a profit, but I literally enjoy doing what I do. I like to come up with ideas that can help you. Cause see, I didn't want to be a salesman to just sell you something. That's why I used to be a car salesman, and I stopped being a car salesman because, to be honest with you, I can't see myself. To me, a car salesman was worse than a drug dealer. In my personal opinion, a car salesman is worse than a drug dealer because a car salesman will sell you something and they don't even know what it is. They haven't looked at it. They don't. They haven't. They don't know if the car is going to last you that full 72 months or 48 months or 12 months or whatever it is. They just trying to get a sale. Listen, I done seen car dealers screw their own kids to get a payment and a deal that they shouldn't even get so they can get a commission or a bonus, man. I don't know. To me personally, now if I sell a car, I'm at least gonna know about this vehicle. I'm gonna know some history on it. I'm gonna know about it. I'm not gonna sell something that I don't know. That's why I stopped selling vehicles. So that's why when I sell products now, I said, man, whatever I sell, whatever products or services I provide, I want to provide something that could actually benefit whoever I'm selling it to. And that's just me from I wanted to really help someone. I didn't want to just sell you something and say, "Oh man, I use this. This ain't no good," or "I sold it to you so you can be fly and it didn't make you no money." Now, if I sell you something, I wanted to be able to help your life, benefit you, and make you money, or make you money, vice versa. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? So I had to realize that this is who I am. If I'm gonna sell a product, if I'm gonna have a service, I want to do it to benefit. You might not say, "Oh man, this is this," but that's how I feel. To each his own. So I'm not knocking what nobody do. This is just why I stopped selling vehicles, because I didn't want. I feel bad. You making this money on someone, on this old lady or this dude that don't really know. They getting they self caught up in this credit. Now they got to do this situation, this deal. Cause show me to me, it showed me a different sign of America being a car salesman. If I just go out like that, then I'm not living my potential. I feel like God gave me something to do, something to provide. So it's something in me that I can sit back and utilize my time and provide it and help someone to actually help their lives, from teaching classes, from providing services and products. So I want to provide that way. This is just me personally, to each a song, but I feel like we just have to find it. We have to get at peace within ourselves and say, hey, this what I want to do, or this what I want to do. But it's up to you. But me personally, I do this as far as the Hog on Welding School, as far as the Hog on Welding skids, the stairs, the shooting targets, and the services that I provide, the field welding services. Hey, all of this is to help someone and also help me, because I got a family. I want to be able to help my kids and their kids, but I want to also be able to help your kids and your kids. You see, and I think I can be able to kill two birds with one stone. I don't see why I can't. So I don't believe the system saying that I can't do both, because I can. I can help you and make a profit, and you can help me and make a profit. We can both kill two greedy. I think we can all be millionaires. I think it's enough out here for all of us, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? But that's why I came to you, just to talk to you about that. But I feel like we should use this time to make some good memories, with your family, with your kids, with your spouse, with your friend, with yourself. Say, hey, I accomplished this threshold I've been working on for however long it's been. I used this time to do whatever it was. So I just feel like this is the time to actually do that, man. To really do it. You know what I mean? So regardless of the situation, it's a lifestyle. you know. And for those who want to fully know, Hog On stands for Honoring Our Generation Ornamental Nature. That's the business. As far as my personal meaning for it, it means hustling over grounded obstacles naturally, because that's what I did. I I'm always hustling, and I'm always have to face something that I got to overcome, and I got to do it naturally. Like, if I wasn't born with this gun in my hand or connected to me, then I feel like I don't need it. I can use these. That's how I feel. I want to do things natural, and I feel like God wouldn't have put me here if I can't do something natural. Now I can use these tools to do whatever I need to do, but certain things you got to do natural. Some certain things you just got to do from the mud, from the heart. Some stuff you got to go through, and I feel like that's the issue, because we don't want to face nothing no more. It's like, don't nobody want to go through nothing. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have some pains. It's okay to be sore. It's okay. That's part of the process. I think people knock the process. They just want to go from A to Z. Like, man, you just want to ball overnight. And then the crazy part about it, if you do go from A to Z, you tend to lose it, because you didn't learn the process of how to keep it. You didn't learn the valuable things you had to learn at each stage, because you wanted to skip some stages and think, I just need to go from A, B, C. Why? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just think about it. You know what I mean? So it's just something to think about, man. Life is short, man, but we just have to utilize the time, man, and just be real with life, and just knowing that, hey, you know, we're gonna have to do the best with what we get, you know. So use this situation, man, to make some good memories. Use this situation, man, to live to be remembered. That's one of my sayings. I told my daughter that if anything happened to me, that I don't want no funeral, and I don't. I do not want a funeral. Do not have no funeral, and do not put me to do it. This is just me personal. You know, I want to be cremated. This is just my personal deal, and I'm gonna share it with you. I want to be cremated, and I want to be took to the shores of South Carolina, to the ocean, and I want to be poured out somehow in the ocean, or out through in that water. You know what I mean? Because that's where my ancestors came in at, and that's how I want to go out, the way they came in. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to be remembered in that way. I want to be remembered that I woke up and I seen what America is about. You know what I mean? And if I have to get through out on the waters to actually get back to where I need to be at, that's how I want to go. I was like, I'm gonna put that in my will. I'm gonna leave you the money to do it, to bear, to cremate my body, and to put me in what I need to be put into, to cast me out there, however you want to do it. That's how I want to go out. You know what I mean? Me personally, to each his own, but that's how I want to go out. And we got to think about our wheels and our kids and prepare for them and to know how you want to do what you want to do with the way you leave and make sure that don't nobody have to bury you or nobody have to care about you or do a GoFundMe page that things are taken care of. And that's what I told my kids. Everything gonna be taken care of for that way you can be able to have the live to be remembered ceremony. It's what I called it, the live to be remembered ceremony of me, how I wanted it done. And however y'all do it is fine, but I just gave some instructions and say, hey, don't put me in the ground, don't have no funeral, let it be free, let people come, speak their memories, because that's what we do. We make memories. That's how we live. Let people share their memories of me and how I affected them or how they affected me or whatever. And I even got a song, even though they're gonna be on the list, but I got one song that I really like, and it's by Big Sean and Drake. It was called Bless. And I was like, I want you to play that song with a uh photo, backdrop, of different pictures that y'all like of my life. And I want to play that whole song in entirely because that song, how everybody say, oh, that song means something to me. It's just the words of it. It's not a real negative song, but it's a song that makes you just think like, this dude was just telling how he felt. You know what I mean? And that's how I felt level. So whatever level I get to, I wasn't meant to get there. So I knew I was blessed to see however long it was that I'm here. You know what I mean? So I want that just to be a good song to make people feel good. Like, man, don't feel down. We here to leave. And I was blessed to be able to know everybody that I know. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just something to let them know that, hey, I remember you bless me just like I bless you. And let's be blessed together and just enjoy and smile and say, hey, that's him, boy. That's what he would have did. And that's how I just want them to come down, they suits and all that stuff. I don't want to do none of that. I don't want no preacher there. If he there, he's there on his own behalf to come and speak his piece. But I don't want no preacher over the service. I want, you know, my body there, and if it's informed for them to see me, and speak their piece and how they feel and gather and whoop whoop and let it be what it is. To me, that's living the traditional way. It just don't work. You know what I mean? And it's just like with being a king or being in an epidemic or being in something that happened to you. The first thing that they do once you catch some type of major virus or major something, they don't want it to spread or go into the deal or cause any problems, so they burn your bodies anyway. You know, so why stop the inevitable? You know what I mean? But me personally, I'm not gonna grease their pockets no more than I have to. You know what I mean? I'm gonna support, local businesses and my black people all I can. You know what I mean? But I'm also gonna keep it to a bare minimum. I want my kids to be good. I want to make sure that they blessed. I want to make sure not only that I leave them money, but they know what to do with the money. To me, to leave your kids with money and not teach them the education of money is in vain because they're just gonna even hurt themselves or lose it all. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get on some your money and what to do with the money. So that way they at least can make a better decision than just, all right, go buy everything you like the way I see it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. About to get up out of here though. Uh, but yeah, man, I just wanted to check in, man, and talk. But I'm just being real, man, and just saying what I feel. And this is just my personal opinion, so I don't want nobody to feel bad. Yeah, yeah, it is about balance. It is about balance, and you know what? I just feel like we just got to face the reality. So I feel like as man, not saying this is what I got, not saying that hey I want to enjoy life in this way. Just be realistic. Be real. We act like what's so funny about people panic to save their lives like we're going to live forever. Like they'll do crazy things, even hurt you to save them. I'm like, really? Do you think we're gonna be here forever? You know, if anything, prepare. In the scriptures, it said the wise man prepares for death. But it said a fool, he be in the party. It said a fool be over here kicking it, throwing the charades, bees all, whoa. It said, but the wise man be preparing for death. You know what I mean? Because it's what it is. So I'm just going to be realistic with y'all. So I'm just sharing y'all some of the things that me and my wife talked about and what we're doing. We're actually doing this ourselves. So, we're actually working on this. You know what I mean? So, it's funny though, and yeah, it is. You know what I mean? So I just try to just be real, man. about what it is. And I know my daughter, she was thinking like, man, daddy, I don't know how to take this, but I just want her to know that, you know, I'm gonna make things good for all of us. What's good, man? I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate you checking in with me. I'm good. I just wanted to let her know that we gonna be good no matter what the situation is, but to just face the reality that I'm gonna make sure that, they don't have to worry about me and they don't have to bury me, and I'm gonna be able to bless them with something, that knowledge is more than anything, you know what I mean? Because I know that what I know now, the knowledge I know now, man, my grandson that's 2, that's 8, about to be 9. Whoo. Bro, by the time they get 8, by the time they get grown, they gonna be cold. They gonna be cold, boy. I'm gonna be able to get them something, man. I'm gonna be able to give them some game. I'm gonna tell them the truth about life. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. And I think you shouldn't do that. There's ways to tell your kids everything, but I don't think you should hide anything from them. I think you should be real and honest with them and say, hey, this it is, this what it is. I'm gonna be real with mine. I'm not gonna hide anything. So that way they'll know the truth about life, but I'm gonna be able to bless them with so many riches, man. Like the stuff that I wish somebody would have told me, like the things that I learned, like I learned more game. I'm gonna be real with you, just like I say, a lot of my memories, a lot of my best memories was made in prison. Like the guys that really spent time with me to mold my mind and get me ready was in prison. Now the guys that's in the world that mold me, they showed me how to survive out there. You know what I mean? Because that's all they knew. The guys in prison had sat down for a while and read books and seen things and seen people go and come, and they was like, hey brother, let me give you some game. Let me sit you down. I see something in you. And so I was blessed to be around them guys, man, because that's really what molded me now. You know what I mean? So now when I think about things now, man, I can just I'm just being realistic, man. Things are simple. You know what I mean? Like for instance, me and a partner was talking, man. Me and one of my partners from Georgia, man. Shout out to Xavier, man. Me and my partners from Georgia. I mean, take that back. He's not from Georgia, he's from Alabama. My bad, Xavier. Xavier from Alabama. He got his flooring business, man. So if y'all in Alabama, man, my guy do flooring, wood flooring, tile flooring, Alembic flooring, whatever. He hard at that. You know what I mean? That's his thing. But shout out to my guy. Me and him was talking. And, I was telling him about I went to go see this car the other day. I'm checking out old school Mr. Al here at that El Camino. And I told him, man, a few years ago, you know what I'm saying? I said, boy, it would have been hard for me not to buy that car from him. It would have been so hard. Because, I was into that type of thing, getting the old schools, fixing them up. I'm still into fixing stuff up, but now it's more like it have to have a purpose. I just can't have something without a purpose. You know what I mean? Like it just in my mind now, I just can't do it. Like it's like I just can't sleep without having something without a purpose. It can look good, it can still do this, but it got to serve a purpose. So I'm like, man, you know what? The only reason I wouldn't buy that car is not 4-wheel drive. Because I can't take it anywhere. Like I don't want nothing to have limitations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was sweet, bro. It was sweet, but bro, it's just like now I just don't want any limitations, bro. Like I got to have 4-wheel drive. Like I got to have a truck. Like it could be a big truck, a little truck. It could be a car with 4-wheel drive. You know what I mean? But I got to have me personally, like as far as like mine. I got to be able to have no option. I mean, no limitations. Like I want to be able to go on road, off road, on road, get some money. I want to be able to travel here without all terrain. Stuff get bad. I want to be able to go there. I don't want no limits. Like I think, if we, when we have certain desires and certain ideas without fully knowing what's going on, we set limits for ourselves. Like it's like putting yourself in a box. Just like for instance, I invested so much money in the old school, man. What's special about a 4-wheel drive to me, man? What's special about a 4-wheel drive to me is you don't have limitations, bro. Like I was saying, like if something go foul, I can't take my old school off road to save my family. Like I can't throw the old school on some real, even a 2-wheel drive vehicle off road to help save us or to go get some money. I'm gonna be stuck. So I can get the 4-wheel drive one. I can still look good, but I can be able to go off road. I can get some money here, or I can save myself here. You see what I'm saying? Or I can tow this or do this. I just don't like to have limitations. You know what I mean? And to me, having a car is a limitation. Now, my wife got one. I think it's good to have one when you need to travel and to save gas on certain things. Like certain things is for this. But as far as like a man, me personally, I feel like we got to at least have a truck, man. At least one. You know, my grandfather used to always say, man, a man got to have a truck because he will always be able to make some money. You can haul somebody's stuff, sell something, tow something. That's what my grandfather believed. He said, hey man, a car ain't gonna get you nothing. Oh yeah. He used to tell me a car ain't gonna get you no but a bill. You gonna have to pay somebody else something. If you gonna have to pay that girl you about to pull in it, you gonna pay that kid you about to make in it. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna make you no money. He said that truck, at least if you pull that girl in it, it can still make you some money. That's what my grandfather used to say. He said, hey, you better get you a truck, boy. You know what I'm saying? But now that I know the value of it, that's why I keep it, man. I just feel like I just gotta have one. It's just point blank period. I'm gonna always have one. Just as my personal read, personal, situation. I'm always have a car, a truck. But like I said, I grew up having cars. I done fixed up so many old schools, man. I can show you some pictures of my gallery that'll mess you up. I done had so many cars, man, coming out of prison. I messed off a lot of money trying to play catch up. And you know what? I'm gonna say this too. I think as men, we mess up trying to play catch up, man. We just got to catch in. We just got to just get in. I mean, get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? Trying to catch up to people ain't gonna do nothing but cause you to waste time, waste money. Head my daughter. You know what I mean? I couldn't do nothing but just check in. He said the women like my goatee. You know what? Actually, man, to be honest with you, bro, um, a lot of women have gave me compliments on my gold teeth just because they say that they can tell that I rock them organically. You know what I mean? Like I rock them because it's a part of who I am. You know what I mean? With my beard, they like, man, it just makes you more interesting. Damn. You know what I mean? It's all good with me. I don't care. But nah, like I say, my issue. But I can't say this. She did tell me I am the first man she had been with that got gold teeth. But one of her friends, which is her best friends, that was her thing. She liked the guys with gold teeth. But my wife, she was like, she really went into, the hood look. But that's what kind of caught her off guard because I like to dress real preppy. So, even when she met me, what I mean, I used to be into polo heavy. So I got polo on, scarves on, I'm into that. I like to dress like a college kid prepped up. So that kind of caught my wife attention. Then she like, man, you got gold teeth and a beard. So it was kind of like, but you looked it cool with it. So I was like, I need to get to know this guy. So, it was funny because it's just the way you carry yourself, man. To me, I think it's all about your aura. You know what I mean? How you carry yourself, how you present yourself. But it's to each his own. Um, I don't promote nobody to do nothing they don't want to do. You know what I mean? Hey, this is our life. You know what I mean? Me coming from the south. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man. Like I say, I just wanted to check in with y'all for a minute, man, to talk to y'all about creative memories. Like I say, it's Sunday. I feel like I didn't talk to y'all for a while, almost 40 minutes it seems right now. And like I said, I just wanted to check in, man, and just say, hey, create you some good memories, man. Utilize this time. Utilize your time to create some memories, no matter what situation you are in. Make the best out of it, man, because we only live once. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you can end up hurting yourself and being a fool and dying before your time. So be wise and live out your time, man. Live out the time that you got. Just live it out. Let's do what we got to do, and let's not be foolish and rush ourselves and die before our time. Hold on.